Somebody just posted something there on Facebook. I've just seen. It's an article in Mirror, Daily Mirror, I think it was, or Sunday Mirror, some Mirror or other. One of papers here in the UK, and the headline reads: Senior police chief dies in car fire over noise dispute or something, some sort of dispute. You think, oh no, it's terrible, terrible. What's happening? Somebody's lost a life over, they're just doing the job and they've lost a life. Fuck me, it's awful. No, it's not what's happened. There's a quote from one of Stanley Kubrick's films, Dr. Strangelove. The character in Dr. Strangelove, what's his name? General Buck Turgidson makes a statement of, I don't want to jump to any conclusions until all the facts are in. That's a good outlook on life. And it holds up in these very circumstances. Police chief loses his life. No. It turns out this individual who's been found dead in his car fire. They found him dead in car. Once the fire brigade had turned up and put the car out, and they look into, somebody dead in here. Because this car were parked outside. It wasn't actually parked outside this bloke's house. It was parked outside his neighbours' houses. Because his neighbours, look at photograph, his neighbours parked their cars outside their house. Well, their houses were in this picturesque little village. And this police chief, he was some detective or other, some big knob. Big guy, top boy. In police, some constabulary. And he'd retired to this little picturesque village. He'd retired there, he had. But he was split up from... He was separated, either separated or divorced. His wife weren't living with him anymore. He got to this little village, picturesque little village for his retirement, got his house there, a listed property and blah, 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 picturesque village. Unfortunately, what that picture of the village didn't show you was the racket coming out of the local church. So it turns out, here in the UK, there's churches all over the place. Most of them are unoccupied, people. Now and then there's a lot of people like me, goddamn lousy atheists. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck, homie. That's another quote from a music video. But anyway, yeah. We don't care, we don't go to church. Tickle to it. Tickle to that. But there's all these churches up and down, they've got bells in them. Church bells, funnily enough they call them. What with them being in a church. Anyway, and there's people that quite enjoy ringing church bells. They'll turn up and they'll spend hours doing it. It's fantastic. It's kind of a hobby, pastime. I do believe there's quite a degree of skill in it as well, But chances are, if you're one of the people who live near the church, you might not share the same level of enthusiasm. These bells just banging out. Fucking, there you go. But hours at a time. Not all day, just a couple of hours. But it's a couple of hours too many if you live in the church, The fucking hell, noisy bastards. And, well, this police chief is one of these people, It's not fair, noisy neighbours, noisy fucking bells. I think in fairness he just had a hole in his arse. He weren't happy. He was an unhappy man, I think. Because he weren't complaining only about the church, he was complaining about all manner of stuff, A glass half empty kind of guy. It didn't mention in this article anybody else in the village complaining about these church bells. They tuned them out. They'd weighed up the pros and cons. Do I want to live in this picturesque village and listen to these church bells as and when bell ringers turn up? Or do I want to move somewhere else where there might be some other problem? I mean, town I live in, there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things go on in town where I live that would spoil your day. You know, if you don't like church bells, then man alive, I'll see your church bells and I'll raise you. I'll raise you all the problems of inner city urban fucking decay. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. So yeah, so it culminated in this bloke. By what's said in the article, it sounds like it set car on fire with him in it. Outside his neighbour's house. It shows like a picture of neighbour's cars damaged with heat damage, from burning car. And he's done himself in. His demons have caught up with him. Yeah, sad.